I had to use my check before they would do anything. The funeral home, Hicks Funeral Home, would do anything with him. So it took a while because I used all my funds.
As the government shutdown enters its second week, the effects are already trickling down to Arkansas in ways you might not expect. Thanks for joining us tonight for THV11 News at 6. I'm Rolly Hoyt alongside Faith Woodard.
The ongoing stalemate in Congress has no real end in sight, with lawmakers on both sides refusing to budge. But in the meantime, people here at home are facing some hard choices.
THV11's Carter Thweet tells us about the financial strain one recent widow is feeling and why it'll likely get worse the longer it goes on.
We're a veteran service organization, and we try to address life stressors that the veterans are going through.
That's the mission of Scars and Stripes in Hot Springs, run by Jared Aiken, a veteran himself. Recently, he ran into a bit of trouble while trying to help Brenda Stewart, the wife of a late veteran.
When I went to access the National Archives, it gave the message that due to the government shutdown, we were unable to access these documents.
So the main problem here is actually with the National Archives being down. Because of that, Brenda can't request the DD 214 form that proves her husband was a veteran. And because of that, she can't get reimbursed for his burial.
When I had to bury him, I had to take my check to bury him.
Her paycheck that she normally uses for rent and utilities. You can see the message now on the National Archives website where you request these forms. It isn't being monitored due to the shutdown.
We're going to try other routes to be able to get this done, and we're going to assist with utilities and things to help take the strain off, but it definitely makes it extremely harder.
When the shutdown ends, Aiken and Stewart believe she'll be reimbursed for the burial then. But depending on how long it goes on, Scars and Stripes may only be able to help Stewart so much, and then it could be too late.
I know they can't continue to do that just for me. So after this month, I don't know. I'll probably be homeless.
In Hot Springs, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
Carter, thank you. And of course, Aiken's all the way down there in Hot Springs, but he recommends veterans or their family members reach out to a local organization in their area, like a VFW. And the Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs, it's also still open here in downtown Little Rock, but obviously their services, the access through the federal government, they're limited right now. As for the shutdown itself, the Senate failed for a sixth time today to pass resolutions that could temporarily fund the government through mid-November. Democrats want an extension of expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies. Republicans insist they won't negotiate until they end the shutdown. And that continues now to affect air travel nationwide. There are delays cropping up as some air traffic control centers go through staffing shortages.
They are, in essence, the same as firefighters, police. They're serving the public, and public lives are at stake.
But unfortunately, the people that they're hurting are the people just like them. You know, we're all just taxpayers. So hopefully Congress and the president get the message.
Now, if the standoff stretches past this week, more than 1 million active duty service members will also not receive their paychecks, but they still need to report for duty.
Outside in the weather garden on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon and evening. The wind is light out of the northeast. Dry air. Low humidity values continue to filter into the state behind a front that moved through late in the day yesterday. Let's check things out on radar. Now, we have seen a couple of sprinkles in extreme eastern Arkansas, but for the most part, it has been dry. Little activity there in southern Oklahoma and northeast Texas. Look at the numbers. Made it to 79 in Little Rock today. 72 right now up in Mountain Home. It's 79 in Texarkana. We're all pretty much in between there. And tomorrow will be a very similar day. When we talk about the air mass drying out, the dew point, that's what I'm talking about. When you've got 40 and 50 degree dew point numbers, then you know the air mass is a refreshing one. Here is your hour by hour. Got plans tonight? Beautiful evening for a walk, or maybe to walk your dog or cat, or who knows what you're going to walk, right? But it's going to be beautiful. Temperatures dropping off into the mid-50s for tomorrow morning. Coming up, a look at your forecast for the weekend, including the Arkansas State Fair. Faith and Rolly.
Thank you. New at 6 tonight. Construction on the new Arkansas State Crime Lab is about to enter its next phase. Crews have finished work on the utilities and are now nearing the stage where walls will start to go up. The current facility is over 40 years old and has become cramped over the years. The new lab will be nearly 3 times the size and will include improved equipment for marijuana testing, a new CT scanner, and more office spaces for doctors. Deputy Director Sammy Williams say that these plans have been in the works for more than 6 years, and he says all the planning is paying off.
We didn't just look at what do we need right now. We looked at what might we need 30 years down the road so that we don't have to come back and say, hey, we need to add another wing to this building or something. We'll have everything we need for the future of this lab as well.
Williams says construction is on track to finish on time, which is expected to be in the summer of 2027.
Developing tonight in Garland County, a Hot Springs man is dead after an alleged confrontation with deputies last night. You got to look at a mug shot from 2022 of the suspect, 34-year-old Anthony Dean. Sheriff Mike McCormick told TH 11 his deputies responded to a call around 8 last night on Ebony Way in Piney, just outside Hot Springs. They found Dean without a shirt and swinging a shovel. He then allegedly threatened the deputy with it, and who responded by shooting and killing him. The sheriff said the deputies involved are all okay, but state police will lead the investigation into the shooting.
And a recall alert tonight. Batches of frozen spinach have been recalled for possible listeria contamination. Snowpack Foods frozen spinach sold in many grocery stores like Kroger and Whole Foods can also be found in some HelloFresh meal boxes. The USDA is warning Americans not to eat the meals. Federal regulators are investigating, and they say no illnesses have been reported so far.
Well, a heads up for anyone who extended their tax filing into October 15th. That deadline's still in place despite the government shutdown.
But what does this mean for your tax returns? Megan Bragg verifies the facts.
Our sources to answer this: Mark Stieber with Jackson Hewitt Tax Services and the Internal Revenue Service. The IRS contingency plan says it's working fully staffed until midnight. The agency is currently using money from the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 to keep over 74,000 employees working. So what does this mean for taxpayers if they extended their tax filing until October 15th? Stieber says the due date for those tax returns remains October 15th, regardless of the government shutdown. Taxpayers who miss the deadline will face penalties and interest from the IRS. Will people experience delays in refunds? Stieber explains while the IRS is fully operational today, this means no changes to processing or issuing refunds. However, that could change if the government shutdown lasts a significant amount of time. During the last shutdown, taxpayers continue to receive automated notices despite the pause on operations. You are encouraged to file your 2024 tax return as soon as possible to avoid delays if the shutdown continues. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Well, check this out. The Central Arkansas Library System's main library officially back open in downtown Little Rock.
The building just underwent its first renovations in nearly 3 decades, and after 2 long years of construction, families can enjoy the library once again.
And everything looks a little bit different inside, but everything you need is still there with some new and improved features. There's a new Boulevard Bread Company Cafe on the first floor and lots of new space for kids programming.
The main library is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Jack-o'-lanterns, spooky decorations, they're popping up on porches everywhere. But did you know some of your decor could be bad for your neighborhood wildlife? I'll tell you what you need to avoid coming up after the break. And Tom?
Well, the sunset is shaping up to be a beautiful one this evening. A few clouds out and about. Drier air continues to filter in. A comfortable night ahead, cool night for some. I'll have that forecast for you next.